Yo, long arms, easy bish. You know what it do. What's up, y'all? How's everyone doing on Sunday mornings? TJ Felony, chilling, hanging out, getting ready to do a game stream. I'm gonna play some GTA 5 online in a little bit. Might get a couple other people playing online with me. We'll see if they're active. Not too much going on. There was uh conversation I came across on over on Twitter on X, and it was one of those situations I watch out for because they're learning opportunities for the cyber cult known as UFO Twitter, and that's kind of my whole um, mission statement over there. Is just to kind of get people to start to realize like you're engaging in a cyber cult over here. I'm not trying to embarrass or crush anyone or make anyone feel bad, but I came across there's this lady, she hangs out over in the Tupa Crew Panda Spaces. So obviously she's got right off the bat she's gonna have a bad idea of who I am and everything. But she's always been really cool. She seems like a nice lady. I'm not one who automatically blocks and blows shit at everyone just for being, in those spaces. I totally understand the good people fall into that online community, and it's a lot of it is loneliness and things I deal with. So I understand. Like everyone wants to have people to talk to at night and stuff. I get it. So it's not to crush this lady or anything. She seems like a nice lady. It's just this conversation was really important, and I think a lot of people can kind of learn from it. And so I got it set up here. I'm gonna pull up the browser. Let me see. Hopefully I got this good. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna go over the conversation we had with her. I asked her if I could make this video because people are getting real worked up about some of my goofy videos. So it just seems like the respectful thing to do. We went back and forth. It's kind of funny. I'll show you all that though. But yeah, I wanted to say a few things before we did all that. First off, my numbers this week have like been like really high. I've broken all my records as far as like how many views I've gotten on a video, and my average is like doubled. I think over doubled. And so I just want to say thank you everyone watching my videos, and if you want to like, share, all that stuff, like everyone else when they get supported, it'd be nice. But if not, it's cool. I understand a lot of people don't want to be seen. Circulating my content, and the reason is because I am exposing a cyber cult. I knew I was gonna get attacked for this. Like I knew my videos I was gonna get made fun of and stuff like this. The that goon. Like I knew that was all coming. It's not like any of it surprises me. But the people that just watching my videos and being willing to watch and listen, yeah, big thanks to everybody. Uh, like I said, not too much was going on. I jumped into a Gabe space. That guy's, I think, having pretty cool spaces. Everyone's at this. He seems newer, so everyone's like trying to like be a little respectful in there and not just start shit with everyone, which is it's an interesting dynamic that happens when new people start hosting spaces because nobody wants to show their asshole side. Like, so everyone's kind of behaving like, no, I'm a nice guy. Fuck all that, dude. I'm gonna give you the real person. But uh, this conversation right here, it attains to one of the biggest scams that I've seen on UFO Twitter, and it was they pulled off the Rogers coin scam. And what this Colleen, she is somebody who lost some money, not a lot. She said what, like $50 or something to it, but she is still unwilling to accept her friends and lured her into a scam. Like she and encouraged her to partake in a scam. Like she is unwilling to even entertain the idea that Tupacabra is a scam artist, a cyber crook. Like it doesn't even cross her mind. And yeah, we'll go through it. Uh I'll give a little background, okay? So the Rogers coin started with this creep named Fred Rogers. He goes like by Mr. Rogers is his persona on Twitter. So no one knows who this guy is. Very few know his real identity. Well, he runs around making perverted jokes and, just being a fucking boomer scumbag. And somewhere along the line, some crypto weirdos saw his little spiel where he like acts like this perverted junkie version of Mr. Rogers. And they were like, bro, we should make a coin out of this. We could make a lot of money. So Fred and Tupa and his the UFO Twitter gatekeepers, Tupa, Fred, Shane, these other guys got together and were like, maybe we should make a rip-off coin and suck money from UFO Twitter. And that's what they did. So they made this coin, and they pitched it as it's a way to help out ground or what grassroots ufology projects or some corny bullshit. Like that was the idea for it, a communal fund. Everyone knows what a fucking crypto coin does. It builds and then it collapses. Everyone knows. Like anyone with a brain knows, but that's important. That's important. Not anyone with a brain. Anyone who is tech savvy knows, okay? That's important because not everyone's tech savvy. And there's nothing wrong with not being tech savvy. Some people just aren't educated in that area. And so what happened in every fucking coin. These scumbags, Tupacabra, these UFO Twitter gatekeepers, they encouraged all the people that want to be in the in club of the Tupa crew, like want to be on the inside, they encouraged them to all put money into this fucking thing, and it built up, and then it collapsed, and everyone lost their money, except for the core group, Tupa, Fred Rogers, who scampered out with the bag because they, of course, knew it was collapsing. And she basically tells on everyone but she doesn't realize she's doing it. She says they promoted the coin, and people do this a lot. Like we'll read it. We'll just go ahead and read the initial one comment I saw, and this was between her and Gabe. And she says, I did a way into name, and I was on chemo when it all went down, and not had been on X to check my wallet in a while. So this lady was battling cancer when she found out that it was just a ripoff. A friend texted me that he hoped I had sold because it was collapsing, and if I hadn't sold yet, it was too late. So this is what happens. The assholes on the inside, like the UFO Shanes, the Tupacabras, the Benos, the UFO Twitter gatekeeper core crew, they all sold and got their money. Shane said he bought a car, bragging, "Oh, I bought a car. Fuck all of you who lost a bunch of money." And these guys all made out because they were on the inside. They knew when it was collapsing. That's how it works. The inside guys scamper off with the money, and the people on the outside get fucked. And this lady was on the outside. She's not part of the inner crew. She wants to get into that inner crew. That's the cult dynamic, the cyber cult. So she gets ripped off. It's only $50, she said. So, it's not that big of a deal. But she says down here, it's insane to blame Tupacabra just because he created a few memes and videos. It's insane. Insane. Absurd. Tupacabra, this coin would not have grown without Tupacabra. His footprint, and this is where people not understanding, like, being tech savvy, the Tupa crew targets a certain type. And it seems to be, I'm not trying to be rude, but boomers from a certain generation who don't really understand what's going on the internet. They don't understand the internet culture. They don't really understand crypto, of course. And that's who they target. That's who fills out the outer ranks of his coal is boomer types, kind of out of touch, easy to manipulate. It's insane to blame Tupa. Rogers Coin could not have grown without Tupacabra. It needed big accounts. Tupacabra's follower count probably eclipses pretty much everyone else that was putting in money combined. His footprint is bigger, probably, I'm just assuming, bigger or close to just as big is everyone else on that crypto coin's footprint combined. That means he was very crucial to spreading this thing. That's how you grow a coin. You spread the word. You couldn't have done it without big ass accounts like Tupacabra posting this shit and cramming it down our throats all day and night. Why did Tupa go back and delete all those if he didn't do anything wrong? You can't find a trace of Roger's coin mentioned on Tupa's account. Why? If that guy didn't do anything wrong, why? Why would you go delete that era from your timeline? He didn't want to be connected to it. And another reason why you can blame Tupacabra, I had this guy in one of my spaces. It was back where Panda was trying to like bring me into the fold again. They were acting like, "Oh, you're welcome, bro. Come in." Well, Tupa tried to come in and explain the Rogers coin thing. Well, he just told on himself a bunch of times because that's what they do. And I asked him, I said, "Were you teaching people how to put their money into Rogers Coin?" And he said yes. He admitted to it. He was going into these spaces for dude, these spaces would go on for days, 2, 3 days. They were Logan, Fred Rogers. They were pumping the fuck out of this thing. It was everywhere. And Tupa was going into these all-night spaces and teaching these boomer types, walking them through the website. Click on that. Do you see this button? Like an Indian or Nigerian internet scammer over the phone. Do you see this window pop up? Now you will input your credit card. That's what this guy was doing. He admitted it in one of my spaces. He said, I taught people how to do it. These people didn't even know. That's what I mean by they tell on themselves. And then he portrays himself as the guy. He didn't even know jack shit. He didn't need to know much. All he needed to know how to do was walk people through how to put their credit card into that fucking account and set up an account. That's all he needed to know how to do. And he knew that much because he told us he did. That's why Tupacabra gets the blame. He promoted this thing. If you want to go by footprint, he promoted it more than anybody. He probably spread the word about Rogers Coin more than anybody. That means everyone that got ripped off, more of the blame can go towards him than anybody because that's the person who grew the fucking thing. If it just would have been a Fred Rogers venture, it would have just sat there. They went back and looked, and he has a history of these wallets. They didn't do anything. He needed guys like Tupacabra, UFO Shane, and these other UFO Twitter gatekeepers to push it. These crypto guys plugged into the community through Fred Rogers and Tupacabra and his little crew. These guys had no other access. If they would have came to me and KMF's got a name you could market, the image and everything. We would have told them to go fuck themselves. We said we don't do crypto scams. Fuck you. These guys loved the idea. They loved it. And then when they ran away with their bag, they went and deleted all trace of it, like everyone else always does, you know? And you want to say, like, oh, let's just get over it. That's these out of touch boomer types not understanding kind of the internet. Let's go back to Hawk Tuah. Remember Hawk Tuah? Dude, Hawk Tuah probably had a good argument that she didn't know what was going on. They were just using her fame. Like, that was legit. Like, I believe her that she didn't know about crypto scams. I bet she wasn't walking people through how to put their money into it. They just used her fame. And she's canceled to this day. She can't go anywhere on the internet without getting shit on. These guys danced all over us, laughed about it, the money they made, Shane bragging that he got a car and all this shit, and y'all still forgave him like a week later. I'm not promoting cancel culture. I'm promoting holding people accountable. And this is just one example of many scams this guy has orchestrated on this community in the past couple years. So yeah, that's why Tupa gets blamed, and I don't think that's insane. I think I gave a pretty clear explanation on why Tupa would get the blame for the Rogers coin scam. He knew he was the biggest account, and he was promoting it more than anyone. But in my mind, anyone who had that shit on their account is to blame and should be held accountable. If someone wants to blow them shit about it, they should just eat it. You scam people. What, you want to cry? That's something this community does a lot. They cover for the bad guys. And that's how you know it's a cyber cult. She is so unwilling to accept that that guy ripped you off, even if it was just $50. That the dollar amount is irrelevant. It's the intent. That's what matters. If you would have put in $5,000, he would have taken it. Like so it's kind of irrelevant. So I asked her if I could use this video. She we went back and forth a little bit, but she's cool. I mean, she said she's waiting to watch. Uh, but look, she Fred released and promoted the coin as well as many other people inside the UFO community and outside it. Tupa just created a few memes, and others did, so it's equal. It's not equal. And if and I think the main line was crossed when you start walking people through how to put money into it. That's when you're at that point you're incriminated in my mind. You're part of the scam. That's the crucial point. And Tupa was admitting this stuff freely. He wasn't denying it. Okay, like she's been yeah, she seems like a nice lady. Okay, there was something I wanted to respond. She says she is on no side. And these are the people I can be cool with. And even if she wants to be on Tupa's side, that's her choice. I'm just here to tell you my opinion is this is a cyber cult. It functions like a cyber cult. I made a video that explains how it hits all the check marks of a cyber cult. Yeah, this okay, see this is interesting now. I have friends of mine now coming in because I said something to this lady earlier where I said, if you can't see that these guys are scamming and bullying people, it's hard for me to believe that you're a good person. You're kind of just doing mental gymnastics to protect your friends, your online friends, and But then I walked it back and apologized. I'm like and said, look, I didn't mean you're a bad person. That was too far. And look, To is here saying they are bad people if they're unwilling to look at the actions of their cult leader. And yeah, you're right, bro. I mean, it, this is so obviously a cyber cult with this chubby turd bomber hoisted up on the podium that he can completely scam and then go back and erase all record of it, and they still don't hold him accountable. They still don't question him. This video, no one will go into that space and be like, hey, did you see TJ's video? What do you got to say about that, bro? Like, were you walking people through how to put money in? Like, he'll deny it most likely. It's in one of my spaces. I think they're all recorded, most of them. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it and get ready to jump over and play GTA Online. But this was a interesting learning situation, and I yeah, I hope we can keep the conversation going because that's how you get somewhere is with conversation. You don't really get anywhere blocking people out and being ugly. And anyone who approaches me and is willing to engage in conversation, I'm willing to show respect and be cool with. And it's irrelevant. Even if you are friends with these people, we can still be cool. That's something I think UFO Twitter doesn't get about me and kind of gets pushed under the rug. If you show me respect, I'll show you respect all day long. I'll even apologize. Now, I totally understand I get heated and animated, and I say things sometimes. Like, I do use broad strokes and shit. I get that. I'm only human, and then that's why I go back and usually apologize, which is something that many people on UFO Twitter have probably never done in their entire life because they seem unwilling to in any situation, really. Even when you catch them red-handed trying to like bribe you to go attack people and post the DMs. Like that's a situation where you just are like, "Fuck, sorry, dude. That was kind of a dickhead thing to do." But they don't. They double down. They double down. They double down. And that's where, what do you do? And there's also another thing I kind of wanted to hit on, and again, this isn't an insult, but when these people, the Tupa crew and Red Panda Koala, seem to like to pull in that don't really understand how algorithms and social media functions. How do you really engage in debate with them? Like, this lady had no clue how crypto or anything worked. I don't understand how crypto worked. I kind of understand how Twitter works though. And Tupacabra has a massive footprint. Like that's why it's different for him to promote it than you. He has to take responsibility that his voice is larger. That's why it's so bad when these guys are slandering these ufology figures like Elizondo and any of them, Amy Eskridge, making up lies and stuff, just writing the story of ufology as they go. They have a large footprint. Their voice spreads, and a lot of it was purchased. Their accounts are 80 to 90% bots. I don't care if people don't. You can go look down the followers and tell if you know what you're looking at. Um, but it's irrelevant. Those bots are followers and they give you a giant footprint. And that's what a lot of this is about. You have to take responsibility that you're a voice that spreads. And when you're spreading scams and hurtful rhetoric, you need to be held a little bit more responsible than a guy with 50 followers. It might sound kind of unfair, but that's why they bought the bots, was to be that louder voice. But they don't want to take responsibility when they use that louder voice for things like crypto scams. Understand? I hope I kind of got through a little bit there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm getting ready to play GTA 5 online if anyone wants to watch. I'm gonna get this up on YouTube here shortly, and then I'm gonna jump back over on GTA 5. And if anyone wants support financially to my work, exposing cyber cults and crypto scams and such, buymeacoffee.com/TJFelony. And my X account is at Felony Talk. And there was one other thing. No, that's it. I'll see you all later tonight. Peace out. Have a good night. Be good to each other. Long arms, easy, bish.